Today, we get to talk with Mauro and David of the band Vicious Rain, discussing their upcoming release, The Anatomy of Surviving, coming out March 13th. I hope you enjoy. Hi, how are you?
Doing good,
Hello
doing
there.
good. How about you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Just still trying to kind of wake up. I've been up for a while, but my brain is not necessarily wanting to join me.
What time is it over there?
It's 10, I mean it's 10 a.m. It's I've
All
been up
right.
but I've been up since 5,
Mm,
so I have
Oh,
no
Oh,
all right.
excuses.
fair. That's fair.
Um, so yeah, we're here to talk about The Anatomy of Surviving, the second album of your guys's adventure so far. A little bit later on the scene, tell me a little bit about why you decided this style of music and kind of how it all came about.
Um, about the style of the music.
Yeah, like
Do you mean like why we'll like playing this style of music?
yeah,
Man, I think it's about the emotions. Like like me growing up, like I didn't listen to like heavy music, and it was like until I was 17 or 16 or something, when I discovered a band called Story of the Year. I think they're from America. And yeah, because I didn't like when I was growing up, I didn't like screaming and
yeah.
stuff. Like I was more like into pop punk and punk rock. That was like my type of music. But yeah, after like discovering Story of the Year and going to local hardcore shows and stuff, like it really clicked for me. So that yeah, I always knew when I like when I started making music, I wanted to do like like combine the heavy stuff with the more melodic stuff. So yeah, I think for me it's all about the emotions. It's a very cool like heavy music in general is a very cool like outlet to um yeah, to express yourself in
Yeah,
different ways.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, as for me, man, where do I start? Uh, I grew up in a very musical household. Like my dad used to play all of his favorite like classic rock bands. He was really into like Led Zeppelin and bands from this era. And I always enjoyed and really enjoyed listening to that. And at the same time, my mom, she's from Colombia, and she always used uh, to play like Latin music for me, like Spanish music,
Yeah,
and
same here.
always really enjoyed like both styles. And but around like the age of like 10, 11, 12, I really got into bands like Three Days Grace, Slipknot, and like it. And I think with Slipknot, it was one of the first bands that introduced me to like screaming music because well you have this like natural what do you want to call it, like not a distaste but like you're like on alert like when you hear real
Harsh
screaming for
vocals.
the first time in a song, like yeah it's
Mhm.
um but like at this in this age you really like you want to be edgy and you want to like it kind of, and like I really wanted to be into this kind of music. And and then it was just like an acquired taste, right? And after that like many bands followed. I like Mauro said, it was the same for me. I really got into this metalcore and hardcore scene, and went to shows and really grew up and had my well all my I grew up in my like later teenage years, like yeah, in middle and later teenage years is where I went to a lot of like hardcore shows and metalcore shows, and uh, it was just natural that I wanted to play that kind of music. And like Mauro said, it's like it's a huge outlet. You can get so many emotions out. Like of course, there's anger and like aggressive emotions, but also like sad and even happy emotions. I think it's a very versatile genre. emotionally. So that's sorry for this for this long
Don't
answer,
worry.
but yeah, it's I think it's why we picked this style.
No, that makes sense. The combined answer makes a lot of sense on why this is where you guys landed. And metalcore obviously is a very emotional subgenre. But
Right.
it's
It
really
is,
cool.
yeah.
It's always interesting to me to hear people's first experiences with metal because it does seem like you go from, yeah, kind of like, to just falling in love with it, wanting to consume yourself with it. And it's such a like a wonderful community that's so accepting and so emotional. That a lot of people are like, you're just angry all the time, and it's like, no, it's
No, we're not.
all the emotions. No, yeah, it's a very cathartic, like you said, release. And so that's awesome. Thank you guys for answering that. You guys answered that very beautifully. So have you guys been friends for a long time? Is that how you guys came together, and or was how did that all come about?
Well,
Um,
do we want to drop the story here? I think it's Sam, right?
I don't know. I mean, I knew Mauro for a very long time, even before we became friends. Like he used to be like this staple in the scene. Like everybody knew who he was. And I'm a couple years younger than him. And when I started going to shows, I was like, oh my God, it's the guy from like. And but at that age, you're like very like I don't want to say impressionable, but I mean like it's just I think 3 years that we're apart. But at that time, I was, oh my God, these are the adults from the scene. They are so cool and stuff. And yeah, then I think, and he used to play in bands, and then I started my band with probably around 17 years. I was 17 years old, and um, I think we played this smallish festival where we live, and that's the first time we officially like met. And I remember Mauro not liking us very much, right?
Yeah, the thing is, I was jealous of his like band because they haven't like they got booked for a pretty cool like festival in Switzerland,
Right.
and like they haven't played any show. Like it was their first show ever. And I was like, I was young, stupid, dumb. I was like, man, these guys like they've never played a. Can I curse on here? I don't
Yes,
know.
you can.
I don't need to. Like they haven't played a fucking show yet, and they got booked for this like festival that my band
Right.
always wanted to play. So I was always like, and like he was good. Like David is one of my like absolute favorite vocalists. Like yeah, I guess I was just jealous. And yeah, and then when we met and we started talking, I was like, dude, like this guy is like he's sick, man. Like and yeah, the fun thing is we became like best friends um like the first time we talked with each other. Like it clicked instantly. But yeah, I had my bands, he had his bands, and yeah, and eventually we found together in the end.
Yeah.
Well, thank goodness
Like
for that, because then we wouldn't have Vicious Rain if that didn't happen. So tell me about the name of the
Exactly.
band. It's a super cool name, and I saw in one of the things that I was researching, you had said, I'm trying to remember what it said. Welcome to the storm, I think is how it was worded, which I thought was so creative for the name of your band to have that as like the fan base. So tell me a little bit about that.
um
Um,
yeah, you want to go ahead?
yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, so because I mean we had a really hard time coming up with a name. Like we must have workshopped like hundreds of names. Like
Yeah,
and
I
I
still
think
have
it
the
was
notes on my phone with all the
yeah,
ideas we
yeah.
had.
I remember us like meeting up for dinner and discussing like names, and we were like, oh my God, this is I don't remember any of them, but oh my God, it has to be this is so cool. And the next day we hated it, or most of the great names that we were like this, that's the one. it is when we looked it up, it was like already like a huge band with
Yeah.
hundreds of thousands of listeners on Spotify. And we're like, damn. Um, and then what? It was something with rain. Like we had a name with rain, and we weren't sure like with what we wanted to start. Like we wanted it to be like the we wanted this the second part of the band's name to be Rain. Um and then we because we really like the like the philosophical part, like that rain, like it cleanses. It's kind of like sad, but it's still like it's like it gives new life as well. So we really like the duality of that. And we threw around so many words. Like we
Yeah,
Tris
I
was
think
already
we
like part of the band, or other
yeah,
guitarist.
yeah.
And the three of us were like we're all like every day we were sending in names to the chat. And yeah, and I think Mauro came up with it actually, right?
Yeah,
Like you had
the
the final.
yeah, the thing is, like what we wanted was like we wanted a name that doesn't sound um metalcore-ish or doesn't sound
Right.
like, oh, this, like if you read Vicious Rain, you're like, maybe now because you associate it with music, but when you like read the name, you're not like, oh, this must be a metal band, because it
Right.
doesn't like it doesn't. It could be anything. It could be
Yeah.
a rock band. It could be an indie band. It could be, I don't know. So what we wanted, like, yeah, we like the word rain, how David explained, but we wanted something before it that still resembles like the opposite, like something, like more angry. And yeah, we throw ideas in a group chat. And yeah, I don't know, I picked it up like with wishes somewhere, and I was like, yeah, maybe wishes rain. And I remember like sending it to the WhatsApp group, and Tris was like, "Yep, all right, that's the one." And Dave, yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah, I guess
Well,
that's the one. So like, there's not like a very cool,
no.
story to it. We just liked how it sounded,
Yeah.
and yeah, we wanted to have like a special name. Like if you Google Wizard's Rain, there's nothing that like comes in the search bar. It's just us. So
Except
that
like
was it.
maybe weather warnings
Yeah, and
or
weather.
something
Yeah,
like
yeah, same. You're
Right.
right.
that.
And very cool that you mentioned like that you picked it up with the slogan "Welcome
Right.
to the Storm," because that came afterwards. Like it wasn't like, oh, let's do this concept with storm, like with weather and stuff. It just came like naturally afterwards. We're like, dude, like we could that this could be our yeah, I don't know, like our slogan. Or
Yeah.
we even had like for live shows an intro where like we had this like robotic voice saying "Welcome to the storm," and then we started
Um,
playing and stuff. So
oh,
yeah,
that's
very
cool.
cool that you picked that up.
Yeah, no, well, it's a really cool name, and I really like the word rain too. I've noticed the last probably 5 years that a lot of my favorite songs has the word rain in it, and I love the rain in general. If
Mhm.
it's raining outside, I go and stand out in it because it is very cleansing. It is definitely a rebirth kind of a word. A lot of people, don't appreciate or don't like the rain.
Mhm.
I Singing in the Rain is one of my all-time favorite movies. Like
Mhm.
rain is just
Sick.
I think a beautiful, wonderful weather to have. So yeah, I really dig the name. And the word before it being able to make it a little bit more aggressive, I think is perfect. And so I enjoy your guys's like you said it's not a really cool like story, but that's not uncommon for people to have those stories. Plus, there's so many freaking bands out there right now that trying to find something unique is damn near
Mhm.
impossible. So it's cool that you
Yeah,
guys
it's
are able to
difficult.
accomplish
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've released 3 songs so far. I've seen nothing but positive responses. I'm assuming since you guys are still a newer band that you probably do go and read through responses.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we
Yeah, we do.
yeah,
Yeah.
everything. We see
Every comment,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Every day
of
we read
course.
them.
of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
And it always lands in our WhatsApp group if we see something cool, and if we see something uncool as well. So, but
I
yeah,
did that. Go ahead, sorry.
sorry, but yeah, like you said, like with the releases so far, like the response has been very, very positive. Like we're very happy about it. Yeah, we just hope that we can continue the streak, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, well, you guys are hitting the pavement fast and getting a lot of traction and movement in a short period of time, which is so hard to do these days because there's so many bands out there and people are just sifting through. You have to catch people right off the bat. You have to be able to catch their attention right away because attention spans are so short and people are just going to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. So to gain that much traction quickly is really impressive.
Mm,
Yeah.
thank you.
I wanted to talk about Gods of Glass and Wire. I think that's a really, really badass song.
Oh,
Cool.
thanks. Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Oh,
Well,
hmm,
should I go first?
yeah, you go ahead, Mauro.
Yeah. A funny story about Gods of Glass and Wire is like just to to um to say it first, like it has nothing to do with like literally God or stuff like or with a God. It's more like a metaphor song. Um, and yeah, like the song is about creating these false identities and beliefs, and expectations that we put on ourselves. You know, sometimes, um, yeah, we have yeah, we create these expectations, and like no one else is putting them on ourselves except like me, you know. So, yeah, the song is about like the realization that like they're slowly like destroying you, like these false idols and false, you know, identities that you put or you think that you are, but you're not. And like your mind, like I could like after this interview, for example, like I can do whatever I want, you know. But sometimes you're like, oh no, I can't do that because that's not who I am. But like, who decides who you are? Like, it's you. Like, if I'll say a very like dumb example, but if I wanted to go and go for a walk, like there are people they're saying maybe like, nah, I'm not the type that goes for a walk. But if you find it cool, you want to go for a walk, you just go.
Right.
But sometimes I think to sum it up, like it's a song about being your own enemy and trying to destroy that false narrative of yourself that you put on.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was one of the songs that it was the last song we wrote alongside The Anatomy of Surviving. Um, and yeah, I think it's it's one of my favorites of the new record. And we wrote the song in mind that we wanted to like start the album with it. So yeah, if you listen to it, if you yeah, if people listen to it, like they know why we chose that song for an opener. Yeah, and I hope
Mm.
the people like it.
It's your
Also, the
opening
breakdown
song.
fucking rips.
Yeah. No, for sure. That's I always will go musically first. Like my ears, I like a lot of instrumental music too. My ears will always go to the musicality first before I go to the lyrics, and so that's automatically I think why it stuck out to me. And then you know lyrics obviously are important as well, but they usually come second to the feeling of the music and just the instrumentation and everything.
Mhm.
But you guys do just talk a lot about life and feelings and emotions. Something I like to ask people that write a lot about life things because there is a duality in life. There's the ups and the downs, and there's a lot of everything in between. And we're very complex, complicated humans, and so our emotions are not a black and white thing. You know, I think it's very necessary and important to talk about the dark stuff as well as the light because those things are the real things and that's the comfort we get a lot from metal music. The when we feel alone or don't feel like we can have someone to talk to or whatever, that's, the comfort of not
Hmm.
feeling like you're alone. What are some things you guys do to be able to help like balance your mental health, to help with self-care in the midst of all that?
That is a very, very good question. Like I really like that question. As for me, like um like I started to go to the gym, for example, like doing sports and stuff. Like just do something with your body helps me find the balance
Mhm.
because I tend to overthink a lot and like it's like a lot. And sometimes I'm even like in Dave's ass, like always overthinking stuff and like, dude, is this right? Or I'm thinking about this, and he's like, dude, chill. It's all right. So like, I'm starting to like do sports and going to gym, working out. Like I don't like. Obviously, I have time to think, but while I'm working out, listen to music and stuff. Um, I'm like more reflecting on things and
Mhm.
not overthinking. Like
Mhm.
yeah, for me, it really helps with all the other stuff that like happens in life. And even um like just having like one or two like close friends and just talking to them as well keeps me sane.
Yeah.
I think because like I know a lot of people that they don't have that person where they can like truly be themselves and talk about everything.
Yep.
So I have to give credit to my friends because, yeah, I think talking about stuff and talking about it, and even if it sounds stupid or like, they're not gonna judge you if they're good
Mhm.
friends.
Yeah.
Like they know you're just venting and stuff. So yeah, I guess these two things are my key elements that help me. Yeah,
Yeah.
that help me.
Those are great ones. Absolutely.
Yeah, and as for me, like the obvious answer would be like be getting on stage and playing music, which is something I sometimes struggle with is like self-doubt and like not knowing if what you're doing is really enough, like suffering from imposter syndrome, and like getting on stage and playing the songs that I helped write and um, that really it really puts everything into like perspective, and it shows you like, hey, people care about this stuff. They sing along to your songs. They they enjoy the art that you are creating live right in front of you, and you get that reaction, and that really helps me a lot. Like understanding that what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to do, and what yeah, and I think that really it helps you give it helps me with confidence, and yeah, I think I'd say like also like, well, what Mauro said is true. Like getting physically active is super helpful for your mind as well, and talking to your loved ones, spending time with them is also like super important.
Absolutely. Now the catharsis of playing music obviously has got to be 11-fold of what, us that are just listening to it are feeling. What are some bands that you guys either listen to separately or together that you feel like you get the same kind of reflection or like comfort when it comes to like tough times in life? Or just to get out of your head. It doesn't even have to be like a lyrical depth kind of band.
Right. So Mauro knows what I'm gonna say. Like my all-time favorite band is While She Sleeps. I love that band. Like watching them live is always such a pleasure. And like I could listen I could go to a show of theirs where they play every song they've ever written twice, and I would have like the best night of my life.
Tell
Like I
me, yeah.
really love this band. Um I like the lyrics. I like the music. I like what they're doing. Like they're super inspiring. And yeah, I got to meet them a couple of times, and they're like super, super, super cool people, super down to earth, and yeah, there's. I think for me, it's that band.
Yeah, I would say comfort music for me. Um, Not to say any like album or stuff, but like I find myself like always going back to Thrice or Architects. Like they're one of my favorite bands. Like it doesn't matter like which record. But what I know like I find myself when I'm thinking about like stuff or even if when I'm in a good mood, but sometimes I'm reflecting and stuff, like these two bands, they're always like my go-to. Or even when I don't know what to listen to, like,
Yeah.
sometimes you're like, man, what should I listen to, And yeah, it's always like a Thrice record or Architects record.
It's the
Um,
all reliable.
Yeah,
it's the all reliable. And I have to
I
say,
have two like that too.
oh, sick. And even like to break the genre thing, I'm listening to a lot of Bad Bunny at the moment.
Uh-huh.
Like it puts me in a good mood. And that's all I like want right now. So yeah.
I didn't know who he was until the Super Bowl, and I mean, he's fantastic. He's absolutely fantastic. So I get it. I like a lot of music outside of metal, but I don't even know what he would fit under. Uh, but that's a area that I don't know very well.
I think he would like it's different with this last record he released because it's like super it has some super like traditional styles and like salsa songs. He used to be more like in a regular reggaeton
Okay.
guy rapper, but it's really like transcending genres right now with this new record, which I do enjoy a lot too.
I like when people do that as well. I like rap is not a category I know very well, but I do really enjoy the reggaeton, salsa, uh, even Spanish guitar influences. I like that kind of music
Yeah.
Right.
for. So I'll have to check him out more. I think my two are Unprocessed and In Flames. Those are the two that always make me
Oh,
feel.
Yeah.
Unprocessed makes me feel all the feelings, but In Flames is
They're
incredible.
insane.
They're so
Yeah.
yeah,
good.
they're
Yeah.
Yeah.
like they're
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. And Sweden, man, Sweden just brings out some of the best music. I've only interviewed one other band from Switzerland. It was no, two. Elevate and
uh,
Illuminate, which, obviously is the same gal. But yeah,
right.
I think when I was interviewing Illuminate, I think I accidentally said Sweden and she started laughing and she was like, "Oh my gosh, it happened. Do you guys get that too where people will automatically say, 'Oh, you're from Sweden' because it's the SW?" I don't know.
It
like
happens, but it ha doesn't happen like as much as I thought it would
anticipate.
happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like even if they say Sweden, like we're Swiss people. Sometimes we don't say anything because we don't want to make it awkward. We're like,
Yeah.
yeah, well, we're just straight from Sweden.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, no,
Yes.
correct them, correct them. Totally correct them. It's just either a slip of the tongue or they did not do very good research.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Could be both.
Right, right. They just saw the SW and went, okay, I know where they're from. Metal comes from Sweden, so it's clearly Sweden. I would love to come visit there. It looks like such a beautiful country. Every picture
Switzerland,
I've seen. So yeah, Switzerland.
uh,
Yeah, it looks like such a beautiful country.
like
It
it
is.
is,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we should probably like go and visit places here more because we like when we're on
It's
holidays we
insane.
go
Yeah.
like to other countries.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Switzerland is very, very beautiful. Very
yeah.
beautiful place.
It definitely looks like it. One of these days, I'm gonna make it over there. I know it's a
It
little
looks
bit
like a
harder these
postcard,
days.
you know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes
We
you
do
go,
Uh,
live in a postcard. Yeah.
yeah,
oh my
yeah.
gosh. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, it sounds amazing. Yeah, you know what? I mean, obviously the states are ginormous, so there's a lot of the states that I haven't seen, but there's a lot I don't really care to see either, to be quite honest with you.
Fair.
It's a lot of flatlands that I just have no desire to go and experience.
Yeah.
I,
Switzerland is super small. You can do everything like in one day.
Yeah,
yeah.
I swear.
Yeah. One weekend, it's fine.
Well, there you guys go. Take a weekend for as a band and go and explore the places that you guys haven't explored yet that you want to
Right.
see. What are your plans as far as touring? Do you have with this album? Do you have any plans of coming over to the States? I know it's very, very difficult and expensive. But do you have any plans, do you know, that you can talk about?
Um,
The-
we do have plans. Like we are always like working on it. But right now, unfortunately, we can't really talk about anything specific. Like we really want to take this record on the road and show it to as many people as we can, like in as many places as we can. But unfortunately, there's nothing we can talk about right now.
Yeah, I totally get that. Absolutely. That's not an uncommon response that I get either. I
Right.
yeah,
I
we don't
asked
we
if
don't want to get hopes high, you know, and then
for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
you'll never know.
All
Yeah, but we
right.
would love to come to the US. Like
Right.
it's on our list for sure.
Awesome. So moving forward, I know that this album hasn't been released yet, but I also know that usually it takes, let's see, it was 2 years since your last album. I know it usually takes time, obviously, to put it together and
Mhm.
record it and stuff. So sometimes when you're getting close to release date, you're already working on the next album or what the next plans are, even if it's not the next, songs or album. Where are you guys at in that process?
To be completely honest, um, like we haven't written anything
Yeah,
for a new record. It's a
yeah.
first timer because last time when There's Beauty and Let It Go like was finished, we already had like 4 to 5 demos or so. Um, but yeah, um, right, like we had a difficult time writing, like starting to write the record because we had some ideas, but yeah, we had to figure out which direction we want to go with this one because we didn't want to make the same album again.
I
And yeah, for this time, I think we'll just like focusing on the release and
Yeah,
stuff. And when the mood comes up, we'll eventually start writing. But
yeah,
we don't want to, just hustle like
yeah.
24/7 and forcing, creativity.
Mhm.
Like sometimes you just need a break.
Yes.
And yeah, I think maybe when the record's out, we're all I know how we work. Maybe when the record's out, we're like directly starting again. But for now, we're just focusing on the release of this record.
It's important to take pause and appreciate the work and effort that you did put into what you're getting ready really to release and obviously the songs that you already have released. I think that is really important to do that
Hmm.
and be able to really engulf yourself into what you guys have created.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes you just need like to have a little break and count your blessings, and be
Yeah.
like, if we started already like writing new stuff, like our focus would be already on new music, and
Hmm.
we wouldn't be that present for this release.
Hmm.
But right now, all the songs that I listen to, if it comes to our band, are the newer ones, and I
Hmm.
really want to, give them love as long as
Yes.
possible before starting, um, a new one.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm.
I Oh, go
Oh,
ahead.
I think what we had in mind for this record was that we wanted to write songs that were also like super fun to play live. That we really and we had that in mind, and I think because of that, we are all right now just focusing to get these songs on stage, and that's at the moment that's where our headspace is at.
Yeah, because live shows are very important. I mean, it's a make or break for bands. There's been some bands that I've had like kind of gone into going, we'll see, and then come out absolutely loving. And then there's some bands that I'm really excited to see and come out going, oh, that was a little lackluster. So it definitely makes a big
Right.
difference. So it's a good thing to focus on for sure. Yeah. Um, I'm trying to remember what the name. I always forget the name of this band. Make Them Suffer.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
think that's who it is that I had seen with I had gone for Spite, and I'm trying to remember who the headliner even was. Oh, I think it was Fit
Mm.
for a King, which
Oh,
which are incredible. But I remember going into Make Them Suffer, just thinking, I don't really, I don't really know much. I don't really care. And by the end of it, I was like, no, those guys are fantastic live. They really put on a great show. It reminded me of Bleeding Through, and I love Bleeding Through, so
Hmm.
that was a fun thing. But yeah, it makes a big difference. So it's good that that's something that you guys are focusing on for sure. Yeah.
totally.
Awesome. Well, I'm trying to think if I have any other pressing. Obviously, I don't ask like rigid questions. I'd rather have a conversation because the rigid questions get
I
so awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I try to
No,
make myself notes.
but I have to say, like, I enjoyed like your questions a lot, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like you,
good. Thank
like
you.
I had like I was like, oh, maybe we're getting like the same good old questions, that
Hmm.
you're like repeating. But yeah, your questions were cool. Enjoyed
I
that.
definitely try not to do that because even the list, you guys don't want to answer the same questions. That gets boring. The listeners don't want to listen to the same questions being asked and answered over and over. Like and I have like I just interviewed Alex Skolnick. I have people that have been interviewed probably thousands of times at this point,
Hmm.
Brennan Small, like some of these people that I can just only imagine that they're probably get glossy eyed and are just like, okay, just an automatic robot.
Yeah.
So I
Right.
try, I try to ask questions that make it more fun, especially for you guys. So, because as much as you guys have to do these interviews, I just can't imagine answering the same question over and over. I would go crazy. I'm a pretty patient person and I don't get angry easily at all. But I think that would be the hot button for me.
Yeah, but I think for us, like we like to talk a lot, like Dave and myself, like if we can, like we use like every opportunity we can talk about our band, like we love it. So
Well, just so you know, that makes it a billion times easier for the person asking the questions because when you have people that give you like one word short answers, it's like pulling teeth
yeah,
trying
it's
to
weird,
talk. Oh, it
Right.
basically.
is.
Yeah.
It is. I'm gonna mispronounce his last name right now because my brain is broken. But Wyckoff from Halloween. I watched a bunch of his interviews before I interviewed him, and I was like, oh, this is going to be an absolute nightmare. He is not a talker. And he
Hmm.
was wonderful. He was so chatty, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank goodness, because I thought people are going to watch this and just be like, this is the most boring interview I've ever
Yeah,
watched.
but yeah, I think the questions are the deal breaker.
Yeah,
Like the way you ask your questions could, yeah, turn any non-talkative guy to a talkative guy,
true,
I'd
true.
say.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. The album's absolutely amazing. I'm excited for everybody else to be able to hear it in, I guess, a couple weeks. Not quite, a
Yeah,
little, or no, a couple
Yeah.
weeks from today. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really stoked to hear what everybody else picks as their favorites and hopefully we'll see you guys over here.
that's really
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah,
definitely.
thank
Yeah.
you for having us.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much. Yeah.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful rest of your guys' day.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye bye.